He posted the photo just after 8 in the morning, the kind of time when people scroll mindlessly before work. A diamond ring, bigger, brighter, and more expensive than his ex-wife's entire car, glittered in the shot. The caption was smug and perfectly curated. "Finally, a woman who matches my ambition." Derek Bolton truly believed he had cracked the code of life. In his mind, he had executed the perfect upgrade. He had left behind his starter wife, Lydia, the quiet, boring one, and traded her in for Jessica, young, flashy, loud, and Instagram-ready. To Derek, that felt like winning. He was already planning what he called the wedding of the century, bragging about it to co-workers, friends, and anyone who would listen. He refreshed his engagement post obsessively, watching the likes roll in, convinced each one was proof that he had made the right choice. What he didn't see, because he was too busy admiring himself, was the breaking news alert buzzing quietly on his phone. The one that would dismantle his entire reality. The woman he had just discarded wasn't struggling. She wasn't spiraling. She wasn't broken. She was stepping into an inheritance so massive it made billionaires look ordinary. And she was about to become his boss. The ink on the divorce papers wasn't just dry in Derek's mind. It was fossilized. He leaned back in the high-backed leather chair of his corner office at Stratton Oakmont Financial, swirling a $12 bottle of sparkling water like it was vintage champagne. Outside his window, the Manhattan skyline stretched endlessly, a view he believed he had finally earned. "You should have seen her face, man." Derek laughed into his AirPods, talking to his best friend Kyle. Lydia didn't even fight. No alimony, no drama, just signed the papers like a sad little puppy. Pathetic. She didn't ask for the house, Kyle asked. Nope, packed her bags and moved into some studio apartment in Brooklyn. Derek scoffed. Can you imagine? Upper East Side to Brooklyn. Embarrassing. I almost feel bad for her. Almost. He ended the call and turned back to his computer screen, checking his reflection in the dark glass. At 34, Derek looked exactly like success in a corporate brochure. Sharp jawline, expensive haircut, a $3,000 suit, senior vice president, in his own mind untouchable. He opened Instagram again. There it was, Jessica's manicured hand resting on his arm, a massive 4K at emerald, cut diamond flashing under perfect lighting. The caption bragged about upgrades, hustle, power couples, and new beginnings. 400 likes already. Jessica was everything Lydia wasn't. 24. An influencer with a job description that boiled down to looking expensive, loud, demanding, obsessed with status. Derek mistook those traits for ambition. Lydia, by contrast, had been quiet, a librarian, oversized cardigans, weekends volunteering at animal shelters, sweet, reliable, and to Derek, suffocatingly mediocre. He had married Lydia 6 years ago when he was just a junior analyst. Back then, her stability had saved him. She paid bills when he was broke, cooked dinner when he worked late, but now he was a shark, and sharks didn't swim with guppies. Derek, he looked up. Jessica swept into his office, trailing Chanel No. 5, an entitlement. Her white dress was a little too short for a corporate building, but Derek loved the jealous glances it earned him. Babe, he grinned. We need to talk about the venue. Jessica snapped, tossing her Birkin onto his desk. The plaza says they're booked. I told them who you were. Derek puffed out his chest. I'll make a call. She checked her nails. Also, I saw your ex today. Derek froze in Soho, coming out of some dusty old bookstore. Jessica giggled cruelly. No makeup, messy bun, carrying a box of books. I almost offered her $1. Derek laughed loudly. God, that's tragic. She probably sells books to pay rent. I made sure she saw the ring. Jessica added smugly. What Derek didn't know, what he never bothered to ask in 6 years of marriage, was Lydia's full name, Lydia Hart Sinclair, or that the dusty bookstore was actually the private archive of the Sinclair Foundation. or that she had just finished inspecting it before the board meeting that would crown her the sole heir to Sinclair Media Group. 2 weeks later, Derek mailed out extravagant save, the date cards, heavy cardstock. Gold leaf lettering, $15 each. He invited everyone, his boss, the CEO, clients, rivals, and out of sheer arrogance, he sent one to Lydia. Why invite her? Kyle asked. Closure. Derek smirked. I want her to see what she lost. Across the city, in a penthouse overlooking Central Park, property the Sinclairs had owned since 1920. Lydia held the invitation calmly. Silk robe, perfect hair, no messy buns here. He invited you, Tobias Thorne said, stepping inside. He always loved theatrics, Lydia replied coolly. The same day as the Global Media Summit, Tobias noted. Exactly, Lydia smiled. I can't go, but I can send a gift. A toaster? No, she said softly. I'll buy the venue. And so the trap was set. By the time Derek realized something was wrong, it was too late. Cards were declined, accounts frozen. His wedding turned into a live broadcast of his own professional execution. When Lydia's face appeared on the giant screen announcing the hostile takeover, the room went silent. By the end of the night, Derek lost his job, his reputation, his wife of 3 hours, and his future, all in front of 300 witnesses. A year later, Derek Bolton was washing dishes in a roadside diner, hands cracked from industrial soap, while Lydia Hart Sinclair appeared on CNBC, radiant, powerful, and engaged to a man who built castles instead of destroying them. She didn't mention Derek. She didn't need to. He wasn't a villain anymore. He was nothing, and that was the real punishment.